Hi, good morning. We're doing the next workshop with the Artist Trading Card Workshop book from Bernie Berlin. Well, I'm doing. Quite a few people joining in, which is lovely. We're on to transfers. So transfers are a great method if you want to feature a particular image on your card. Water or gel medium can be used depending on the effect you're looking for. Transferred photos or artwork can have a distressed, old and worn feel to them. Never want to throw things away. I like to save the used photo paper to use in a future card. So you needed watercolour paper for the actual cards, colour inkjet images. Now it is important that you use an inkjet, not a laser, and you print it onto lightweight photo paper, water, brush, a brayer just for brayering down the image, gel medium because there's two different types of workshops here, so I'll talk about those in a second, and muslin if you fancy giving it a go, transferring it to muslin. So water onto paper, so you just first of all dampen the card, the watercolour card. You have your image ready, you turn it over face down on the damp paper and use a brayer over the back of the photo paper. Peel off the photo paper to reveal the transfer. Now a little hint for you, do not leave it on for too long. I have done one, I did a dummy run and it actually peeled. Yeah, it started to peel. I left it on too long and it did that. So just literally put it on, lift it off. Okay, it's almost the same identical method with the gel matte medium. You're just using the medium instead of water, and the same with the fabric. You put the gel matte medium onto fabric, put your image on, transfer it and quickly lift it off, especially with the gel matte medium, I thought, because it's a bit of a glue. Right, okay, let's get on with this. Okay, so I managed to find I didn't even remember I had this stuff, self-adhesive photo paper. I used to use it a lot for like stamping images, and then you could peel and stick them basically. It's literally £1 for 8 sheets and it's 110 GSM, and it is well, like it says on the packet, it's got a sticky, you peel the paper off the back and then this bit is sticky. We're not going to use the sticky today. Now the other mare I had was my printer has run out of ink. I've got a new lot coming, but yeah, it didn't arrive in time. So I'm just going to, so it's literally printing in black and that's it. I think, what should we do? Quite like the rose actually. I just picked out some images. I got them off of the Graphics Fairy website. There's loads and loads of free images on there, and I just reduced them down in size to sort of fit what would go on an ATC. I apologise for the dog barking. There's obviously grooming going on next door. Right, we'll put those up there. So there we are. Now then, watercolour card. Now initially I did try and transfer onto this lumpy bumpy card. I have done a couple of experiments because I've never done this before, but I found that it was leaving too many lumps and bumps. So I've got a smoother watercolour card here, which I think it was a Bockingford one. So let me just quickly cut a couple of more. So I need 2.5 by 3.5. Yeah, it's just been one of those days where nothing has gone right so far. So this is my second time of filming because it was a bit of a disaster, to say the least. But like I say, I've got a couple of ways to do this that I want to share with you. Some of the stuff you might have, some of it you might not. So let's just... So it does have to be inkjet printer. Okay, so the ink is still runny basically. So that's that. Let me just sort myself out here. So that was a scrap piece. Right, that's the pieces I don't want to use. Okay, right, we're getting there. Okay, so just going to get some scrap paper because it's going to get wet. Okay, so I've got, I don't know if you can actually tell, it's quite textured that side. So I'm not going to use that side. I'm going to use technically the back because that's nice and smooth. So I'm just going to give it a quick spritz. Oh, there's blooming dogs. Can you hear them? Just wet it. I'm going to place this, I think, I might place it more towards the top. About there. I'm going to give it a quick brayer. It might buckle, so hold it tight. Please transfer. Oh, it's not. I don't like this method, okay? That's weird because when I'd printed it the wrong way round on the paper, it actually transferred. Maybe I haven't got it wet enough. Let me put a bit more water under there. Let the water soak in. It is, honestly, she makes it look so easy, but I don't know. It could be the photo paper I'm trying to use. But again, I printed it on the wrong side when I had the previous go. And it still transferred lovely, so... But very faint. Yeah, that's not hardly doing anything. Oh, this is getting annoying now. I'll carry on. I'll speed it up. I'll just give it a minute. That's not working. As she said, keep these images, especially I'll keep that one because I've got it's on sticky back paper. Right, so these are the ones that I printed on the wrong side. So this is actually the backing paper. I'm going to give this another go. Honestly, this has just been, it's turning into nightmare. But then you get things like that, don't you? So we'll keep persevering. Let's just stick it down where it wants to go. How bizarre is that? Now that's the paper of that self-adhesive photo paper, and that has transferred beautifully. I do not understand the science. I'm not going to baffle my brain anymore with it. See, that's the back, that's the sticky side, and that is the paper side, and that has transferred better than the one that was on the photo paper. I guess if you got proper photo paper, it might be better. Right, it's incredibly faint. You can probably see it just there. Right, I think I want to add some background colour. What did she do with hers? Yeah, just looking at the book there. At the risk of completely destroying this, I want to add some colour. So bear with me. I'm not happy. You can probably tell. Right, okay. What's the height of frustration? You're trying to get things to work properly and they will not. Okay, so another method that I like to use, I don't know if you can tell, I've got a piece of watercolour card here and I have stuck on, I think this was a laser copy image. So this is another way I'm going to do it this way. So I stuck it down with PVA glue, obviously upside down, and I like this method. You just absolutely soak it and then you just rub it away, and eventually the paper peels off and you end up with a really nice image. I will speed you up for this bit. take off those last little bits. So there we are, image is transferred. It was just the other half of this piece. Okay, so it's transferred onto there. It looks very vintage, and that's fine. Right, I'm going to let that dry, and we'll faff with it a bit once it's all dry, but at the moment I'm literally peeling everything off at the minute, so I'm going to stop there. Right, stop then, Susan. Okie dokie. Right, okay, so that's that one. And then the third one that I like to do is I've got a black and white image here out of, well, it doesn't matter, it can be colour, out of a Posh magazine. Hang on, I'm dropping stuff on the floor. I've got my little mini gel plate here, so I'm going to try an image transfer. You can transfer that onto there, and then you can put that on the card. We'll give it a go anyway. Again, the way things are going today, it could be an absolute disaster. This is just black Pebeo paint. You can do it in any colours, but black and white, it really shows up being black better. Nice even coat. This is where it all goes wrong. So I've got this young lady here. So I'll try and get her that way actually, I think. Let me just scissors. Where did the scissors go? I don't know. Right, let's get these ones. I should have used my little viewfinder and chopped it down properly, but I didn't. So this little, oh, don't move. This little gel plate is slightly smaller than the ATC, but that's fine. The better quality the image, as in the ink that's used, the better transfer you get. That doesn't look like anything. Oh, there's a face down there. Okay. Well, we'll give it a go. We can always do another one. It's just one of those days where it's all going a little bit wrong. If you're quick, you can actually wipe that off. I'm not that bothered about reusing that image. There's lots of ways of transferring images, so just, you know, Google it. I mean, honestly, there are loads and loads and loads. Let's see what we got, shall we? Yeah, faces down there. It's not going to look like anything. It wasn't the best image to use. Yeah, that looks like absolutely nothing. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to give up. Let's do another one. Card. Bear with me, guys. This happens, okay? This is real life. This is what happens. There are disasters. And sometimes it's nice to learn how to kind of get over a disaster. If it doesn't work first time, try something else. That's exactly what I'm going to do. If you haven't got a gel plate, you could try it on an acrylic block. I don't think it would work, I'll be honest with you, because they're quite hard. I can't say that I've ever tried it, so maybe you want to try it. I don't know. So let me just grab the Vogue magazine again. Maybe we'll do something a little bit more simpler. Needs to have really good contrasty stuff. I want it quite small, that's the other thing as well. These are all quite big. I'll come back when I find something. Right, I got out my slightly larger one because that was a little bit small, that one. I found this image in the Vogue magazine. I don't know, let's give it a go. Don't think there's enough contrast, but we'll see what we can get transferred. Again, if you haven't got one of these, just ignore this bit. But we'll give it a go. We'll give it one more try while the others are drying. Why not? Let's see what we got. Oh, it's transferred. Hurrah. Oh, that's quite nice actually. I'll show you, 2 seconds. Let's cherry pick there. The god's actually with me at the moment. Quite nice when that happens. Get rid of that ink as well. Ink, it's not ink, it's paint. Oop, 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 don't slide. Yes, it's all dependent on whether the gel printing gods are with you. It probably might not help that I'm doing it onto watercolour card actually, so usually use mixed media when I'm using the gel plate, but are you ready? Oh, that'll do. That'll do nicely. Cool. Happy with that. Right, so that's another way to transfer images. Anything else going to go wrong today? I actually picked out this, this was on the same page as that, so I thought, you know what, I'll have the word. That'll do. I'm going to give that a minute to dry, and I'm going to put some watercolour background on there, I think. Just, you know, give it a bit of oomph. And we'll call it Beauty, because why not? Right, let's let that dry. Let's see how the others are doing. So they're up on the windowsill. Okay, that is so faint, isn't it? I'm not impressed, Bernie. Not impressed. Maybe you need a really decent photo paper. That could be where it's all kind of going wrong with me. But anyway, don't think the other one's dry yet. There's still quite a bit of paper on there to come off, but I was a bit worried about rubbing it too hard because it was really coming off. I think I might have oversaturated the paper, but right, that is not quite perfect. I should have used gel matte medium. I think it would have held on better. I just used my cheap PVA glue. I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated because I want to try and get that yellow of that flower to come out. It's just one layer of paper there, but as you can see, I'm kind of taking everything off, and I don't want to do that. Just one little layer of paper there. I'll keep faffing with it. I'll put you on fast forward. come out there. But as I say, you can see as I'm rubbing it, it is literally taking everything off. Right, okay. I'm going to give everything a little minute to dry, and then I'll find some images or something to put on here, because this is still slightly damp. That one is good to go actually. Let's get some watercolour paint on there. I just want to add a little bit of colour, I think. Right, that's it. That's it. That's all I'm doing. It's quite nice, that. I will give you a close-up at the end like I always do, so do not worry. Right, I'm going to let everything dry, and we'll come back and do some decoration. Won't be long. While the others are drying, I'm going to try transferring onto a piece of muslin. I've got it on top of a plastic bag, so I can give it time to dry properly. Just going to put a layer of that on. This again is the ones that are printed on the wrong side of the photo paper, which I'm finding very interesting. I mean, the things that have been against me is I ran out of ink. Doesn't help. I didn't really have any proper lightweight photo paper. Yeah, you get days like that. You just have to roll with the punches. If this works, I'll be very surprised. It's there. Nope. Okay. Bernie, I don't like this. It kind of started, but I think if I left it any longer, this would stick to that and just be probably a bit of a disaster. I suppose I could just, actually I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll leave it on there, and then I can do that method where, like I did with the sunflowers, and just wet the paper, because it's only the paper side, that one. Let me take off the stick a bit. So, not the most successful one, this one. So, if you have much more luck than I do, I'm very envious. But it doesn't have to be perfect every time. I'll try and take that off there. So it's literally paper now. So, to be honest, if it transfers better just with paper, why? Again, I suppose because the photo, just trying to think of the chemistry behind that. I suppose the photo paper holds more, yeah, it holds more ink, I suppose. Right, I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll do the method where I wet it. I'm assuming it will, it's quite waxy. Well, we'll give it a go. Anyway, I'll come back when the others are dry. Right, I think it's dry enough now. I've moved you right down, so hopefully it's not too close. It needed more to come off, but it's okay. I'm just going to ink in the background here, not with black. Oh, today, I'll tell you. Yeah, if you have more luck with this, let me know. This has not been a lucky day for me, so that's fine. I've got the perfect phrase to go with it, so was doing a bit of vintage photo, and I think that was honey on there originally. So yeah, it's not brilliant, but never mind. And the phrase I've got to go with it is real, not perfect. I found these. Let me give you this actually. hddesigns.co. She's got a lovely set of, you know, quite nice sayings and things. So yeah, it really is not perfect, but it's fine. I'm gonna let it go. You can't have everything perfectly right, like it says on there. I might try and find an image of a sunflower or something. I don't know, put something there. It needs something, doesn't it? So just, yeah, I've got nothing here. I've got this image, but that's not right either. Right, okay, let's see how the others are doing. Okay, that one's nice and dry now. So that was a really good image transfer on the gel plate. Dogs are off again, in case you didn't know. I just use the word that was on the page with the image transfer. Just grunge that up a bit. Where'd the glue go? There it is. Oh, look at that. Wow. That's bizarre. Must have been exactly the same word on the other side of the magazine page. That has never happened before. Weirdness. Okay. I really like that. It worked really well. Cool. There's your close-up. Yeah, this definitely needs something. Oh, there goes me ink dauber. Right, that's the one with the incredibly pale rose. Few words. I'm going to use the word bloom, which is just there. Just grunge that down a bit. It's a little bit too white. I don't know where I got these from, so I can't point you in the direction of where these came from. Are you going to come off? Come on, don't start being a blooming... Right, gotcha. Okay, let's just put you down there. I'll speed you up for this bit. I'm going to do a little bit of doodling, I think. Right, I'm calling it quits. Because, you know, I think I'm done with this now. It's not been very successful, but it's fine because it's real, not perfect. Okay. Try to keep it real for you. Right, okay. There's today's little offering. Like I say, it was an experiment. Some of it worked, some of it failed, but there it is. We gave it a go. I will let you know what's happening with this one. I don't think it's even close to being ready. Yeah, this is my worry. It's going to stick to there. but it's not transferring at all. You can see. We will leave it, and I will show you next week. Give each one a go. As I say, I just had a bit of a disaster with printer, not having the right paper, etc, etc. Yeah, so give it a go, and I will see you next week. What have we got next week? Let's have a quick look. Some really nice examples there. Let me lift you up so you can see them then. Yeah, some really good ones there. See, I like those sort of ones where you got like the ghosty images and that. But yeah, just wasn't working. Oh, fun foam next week. Okay, so what do you need? You need some fun foam, which is the stuff you can get in. It's this stuff here. I use it as an embossing, you know, that stuff. Scissors, gel medium, it's just a glue, brush, gesso, acrylic paints, quick drying pigment ink, and a rubber stamp. Okay. Yeah, so you do need the gesso because we're blocking out the images with the gesso. Then we're putting on the paint. And then we're stamping an image on top of the foam. Interesting. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Right, okay. I'll see you next week. Have fun. I hope you had more success than I did. Like I say, can't win them all. Can't win them all. I did get a sticky rose image out of it, so I'll use that on something. But yeah. See you next week. Bye.